It, the postman always rings twice. Um, Title doesn't really have sort of the cultural resonance as it did then, right? Postman don't really ring. I don't know about you, but my postman, when he's supposed to ring, for packages, rings usually 0 times. I think that's the number of times. Postman is a ninja. Postman says, "Sorry we missed you. You weren't home." And I'm on the other side of the door. The postman didn't even bother. Enough about the postman. Postman always rings twice. This film came out 1946. It is directed by Tay Garnett. It stars Lana Turner and John Garfield. So, we've talked about Postman a little bit on this channel before, based on a novel by James M. Cain. Also mentioned him. The screenplay credit for this film is Harry Ruskin and Niven Bush. So, Postman Always Rings Twice, the novel, comes out 1934. Prior to its release, publication, Marion C. Cooper, King Kong fame, working at RKO, reads it or has a reader read it, and he's interested in adapting it into a film. So he takes it to the production code office, the Hays Code, the moral police of the time, and basically presents it to them and says, is this something that you would even allow us to make based on the themes? And the moral police at the Hays Code says, adultery and murder? Think of the children! So it's a no-go. So that's the end of the line for Marion C. Cooper at RKO. Some other studios take a look at it, are also interested. Most pass, but MGM buys the rights in 1934. The Postman Always Rings Twice. Doesn't do anything. So we get a French version, and we get the Italian version that I've talked about on this channel, Obsession, which isn't credited to James M. Cain. So Hollywood can't really make this thing until Double Indemnity comes out. The Wilder film, also based on James M. Cain work, also dealing with infidelity and murder. And it's allowed to come out, and it's a hit. So MGM sees their opportunity, and finally goes into production on Postman Always Rings Twice. So they cast John Garfield, of course. John Garfield, named John Garfield because both John and his cat Garfield go into that device that Jeff Goldblum has in The Fly and come out as John Garfield. So first they were John and Garfield, and then they become John Garfield. That's how Garfield was made. No, John Garfield actually was not born John Garfield. He is Jacob Garfinkel. That is his stage name. His parents were Russian Jew immigrants. So cast John Garfield. Garfield later on Hollywood, 1951, during the Red Scare. He's called to testify in front of the House of Un-American Activities, questioned about being a communist and his communist loyalties, refuses to name names, and is blacklisted, no longer appears in films, goes back to Broadway. And then in 1952, because of the stress of all this and other things, age of 39, has a heart attack and died. I think it's kind of later revealed that Garfield, the names he didn't want to name was his wife. His wife was a member of the Communist Party, so that's who he was protecting. They were going through a rocky relationship because he was trying to salvage his career by possibly naming names but not naming her names, trying to find a way back out of his supposed communist sympathizer stance. The Red Scare is absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, so John Garfield is cast. Lana Turner is cast. Big star, Lana Turner. Lana Turner married 8 times to 7 different men. Lana Turner also had a bit of a Hollywood scandal attached to her. Her daughter, Cheryl Crane, from her second marriage, her only child that she had, all those men. Cheryl Crane stabbed and murdered her boyfriend. She was defending her mother. He was apparently beating Lana Turner. It is Johnny Stumpanato. Johnny was a bodyguard. Johnny worked for Mickey Cohen, mobster. So she stabs, murders him, found that it was justifiable homicide, so she does not have to go to jail. She's only 14 years old, but it just shows, like in The Postman Always Rings Twice, you can get away with murder. Anyways, that's it for this. Thank you for watching. Yeah, like, subscribe. Don't kill people. Maybe. Unless you have